You know, for decades, we've all been told to look up, to scan the skies for any sign of technology beyond our own. But what if we've been looking in completely the wrong direction? Today, we're diving deep into the 454 node mystery, and that's a name that comes straight from military intelligence reports. It's all about a series of unexplained contacts deep underwater, and it points to some of the most unsettling evidence of advanced craft, not in space, but right here in the darkest corners of our oceans.
So just for a moment, forget everything you think you know about aliens and flying saucers. Forget the stars.
Because the real mystery, the one that's actually backed by declassified military data, isn't out there. It's right here, thousands of feet below the waves, down in the crushing dark, where nothing we've ever built should be able to move the way these things do.
And look, this isn't just some theory or a legend. We're talking about a documented threat. And the story really kicks off with a direct encounter involving one of the U.S. Navy's most advanced warships, the USS Omaha.
So, in 2019, the crew of the USS Omaha recorded something that completely defied explanation. It wasn't just a blip on a screen, it was tracked on multiple sophisticated sensor systems. This object seemed to move effortlessly from the air straight into the sea, vanishing beneath the waves. The official military logs call it a transmedium object.
And that brings us to a really crucial official term, USO, or Unidentified Submerged Object. Now, this isn't some conspiracy term from an internet forum, this is the Navy's own designation. It's their formal way of saying there is something unknown operating in our territory, and we have no idea what it is.
The thing is, the Omaha incident wasn't some isolated, freaky event. It was just one dot connecting a much larger pattern that goes back decades. When you really start to look at the official evidence that's been declassified, a really startling picture begins to emerge.
Thanks to things like the Freedom of Information Act and some pretty big official leaks, a surprising amount of this evidence has actually come to light. We've got sonar data of that massive, bizarre structure on the seafloor called the Baltic Sea anomaly. We have the now famous Pentagon videos, of course, but maybe most important, we have sonar logs that are tracking objects making impossible, non-ballistic turns. That means they're changing direction instantly, with zero inertia. And we have official Navy reports that detail these exact kinds of encounters.
And listen, we're not talking about small drones here. Declassified documents describe objects the size of football fields, maneuvering with complete freedom in our deepest oceans. They seem to operate with complete impunity, almost as if our own powerful naval forces aren't even there.
And this is where the story goes from being a military mystery to a straight-up scientific one. Because the behavior of these USOs doesn't just challenge our technology, it seems to challenge our basic understanding of the laws of physics.
Let me put this into perspective for you. Our absolute fastest, most advanced nuclear submarine, it tops out at maybe 40 knots. Water is incredibly dense, right? The drag is immense. And yet, official reports and sonar data have clocked these USOs moving at speeds of 400 knots. Underwater, that is 10 times faster. The amount of energy you would need just to do that is, well, it's beyond anything we can currently do.
But it's not even just about the sheer speed, it's about how they do it. See, at 400 knots, water should violently boil around an object because of the pressure drop. It's a phenomenon called cavitation. It's incredibly loud and destructive. But official reports state that these objects move in near total silence. No cavitation at all. That's not just a better engine, you know? That suggests a technology that can literally manipulate the properties of water itself.
And this leads us to this absolutely mind-bending concept of transmedium travel. That's the ability to fly through the thin medium of our air and then just instantly, without slowing down, without a massive splash, transition into the incredibly dense medium of water. Nothing we can build comes remotely close to doing that. It is a signature capability of these encounters.
So, if a technology this advanced is operating in our oceans, we have to stop and ask a very, very serious question. What does that mean for global power? For our security?
I mean, our planet is over 70% ocean. The oceans are the highways for almost all of our global trade. They carry the fiber optic cables that are the backbone of the internet. They conceal the nuclear submarines that maintain the global balance of power. So to have mastery of the underwater domain is to effectively control the planet. And the evidence suggests something is down there that is way beyond our control.
This quote just puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? We have mapped other worlds in incredible detail, but our own ocean floor is largely a complete mystery. It is the perfect place for something to hide, to operate, to exist completely unseen by the 8 billion of us living on that little 29% of dry land.
Which all leads to the ultimate question. If this incredible technology isn't ours, and it doesn't belong to any other nation on Earth that we know of, then whose is it? And maybe more importantly, how long has it been here?
We know for a fact the military has higher quality, higher resolution data and video than the grainy stuff that's been released to the public. The fact that they refuse to release it, sometimes even to members of Congress, it just begs a very difficult question. What are they so afraid of showing us?
And in the end, that leaves us with two possibilities, and both of them are pretty unsettling. Is this all just a highly advanced, top-secret military program, a technology so far ahead of everything else that it just seems alien? Or have we been sharing our planet all along with something far older, a silent, unseen power that calls the deep ocean its home? What do you think?